All right, another update from the 20 Irving Street call and update of what's been going on this morning. Joining me again, Chief Parisi and members of the State Fire Marshal's office. We had the search warrant signed a little while ago. We were just probably within the last 45 minutes able to start to approach the scene with members of the Nashua Bomb Squad, as well as members of the Southern New Hampshire Special Operations Unit. As we speak, they are still in the process of securing that scene. I can confirm or make note of right now that we have seen and we've been able to locate one body that in the basement of the residence. We do not know who that person is at this time. We do not know the sex of that person at this time, or if that is the person who was seen at the house yesterday. But we can confirm that we have seen one body in the basement at this time. The building, as far as the outgrounds, has posed some problems for us as far as barricades, and we've had to approach it slowly to make sure that it's safe for everybody involved. So that's as far as the police department stands. We're not able to call the building secure yet. It is still an active search at this time. And at this time, I'll leave it to Chief Parisi.
Thanks, Joel. We're still on the scene. Between myself, our agency, and the Fire Marshal's office, we're tasked with doing the cause and origin investigation, as well as if this is in fact a fatality, which it appears it is, the Fire Marshal's office will obviously be involved as well. At this time, we're essentially in a standby mode until such time that the Nashua Bomb Squad and the SOU can finish clearing the building. Once the building has been finished, been cleared, then it'll be turned over to us, and we can go in and do our investigation. The only other thing that we're doing up there now is we are going to use our tower ladder to go over the house and take some aerial pictures, and then once the house is secure, we will certainly be going in to do our investigation, and I'll turn it over to Chief Cole if she has anything else to say.
Just to reiterate what the chief said, we're making sure that it's safe for all of our investigators to go into first, and then once we're able to safely get in the house, we'll start working on the origin and cause of the investigation and what was the cause of the fire. So that's all for now.
We'll take a few questions, and then we'll be back here at 1600, 4 o'clock, to give you another update.
Captain, how did you locate the body? Were you able to get in there with a robot? How did you find the actual body?
We have been able to get close enough to the residence with just the SOU team and the bomb squad, and they were able to observe into the basement. The building had not collapsed into the basement. The basement was visible, so we were able to take out some windows and look into the basement from outside the building. We have not approached through the interior yet, and as you'll see at some point when you are allowed access to that, the building has extensive damage, so which makes it unsafe. So everything we've been able to see from outside, and we hope that once fire sets up their tower ladder, that we'll be able to get a little bit better review.
Did there appear to be any visual trauma to the body or any cause of death?
I don't have any of that information right now.
Captain, I know you mentioned some booby traps, possible incendiary devices. Any indication on that at this point?
That is still a concern of ours. We're still looking into that. There's definitely a lot of barricades, and I don't know if this was a long-term planned event, and I don't know if we'll ever know that answer. There definitely looked to be some, with some logs and some trees cut down and some boards with nails sticking out of it on the approach. It definitely looks like this was something that was planned, or at least preparing to prevent either police or fire to get closer to the residence to either extinguish the fire or whatever else the person may have had planned. But there are some, it makes the terrain around the house, aside from being a cluttered property as well, especially with the booby traps or what the devices that have been put out there, or as far as it's definitely hindering our approach and making it a little bit slower.
Does it appear to you that this person was trying to hurt officers or anyone coming near the house?
We don't know what the plan was. I certainly, from what this sounds like and some things going on, I don't think this was an accident.
Do we believe this could have been some sort of suicide?
Right now, the investigation's in the very early stages. We don't know what the ultimate plan was, but again, I don't, and the investigation may turn out to prove otherwise, but at this point, with what we've seen so far, it does not look like an accident.
As far as other residents are concerned, what are you telling them that the one their house is right by it?
Same thing that we've been telling them, use precaution. It's on them to, if they want to vacate or not. We feel, as was mentioned earlier, that any concerns are controlled to that residence itself, and we've taken precautions. But the neighbors have been we've been in contact with them. They've been in contact with us. They've been very cooperative, and they know that it's up to them if they want to take certain different measures to protect themselves.
Are you looking for Charles Hill, or do you believe that that's the victim?
Charles Hill is the homeowner of record, and he has a vehicle in the driveway. He's certainly someone that we would like to speak to, and probably someone that is involved, but we don't know who's in the house right now.
You don't know where he is at this present time?
At this time, we have no identity of the person that we believe to be in the basement. If that's Mr. Charles Hill, all we know is that Mr. Charles Hill is the resident owner, and that his vehicle is in the driveway. That's all I can say about that.
Any touch with family members or anything like that?
We have been in touch with family members. He has an estranged relationship with his family, but we have been in touch with family members.
Just what's your reaction? I mean, that this is what you guys arrived to. You don't deal with this every day. This, people think this is pretty frightening and scary. You're public servants, and you arrived on the scene. We've heard the sounds of gunfire. Just your reaction to. I mean, none of you people were hurt, but your reaction to what you arrived to.
Oh, it's definitely a scary situation, and continues to still be. It's not secure, so it still continues to be a somewhat dangerous situation. But as I said earlier this morning, I commend my officers that responded last night. That there were reports and false reports. I will say that we exchanged gunfire at the scene last night. No Salem officers discharged their weapons at the scene last night.
Could you discuss how you approached the house this morning, tactically? How many men went in? And how you guys?
Yeah, I don't have the count. I do have some still photos that I can release after of the approach. I will say that the National Bomb Squad, along with protection from the Southern New Hampshire Special Operations Unit, approached the house using their tactics.
This was a person that you had contact with before. There's no problem with the house, so I mean, you arriving on the scene. Could you ever envision what you witnessed?
No, not every day that you're going up to a house for anything, especially that a neighbor. And this call came in as a neighbor dispute. We answer a lot of neighbor dispute calls. They don't end like this, and it's just something that for our officers to keep in mind, and for the public to keep in mind. This was a neighbor argument that happens all the time when neighbors don't get along, and we responded, and this is what happened. It just shows the dangers of what our officers face on a daily basis. Yeah, it's Captain Joel, Joel Dolan, Dolan, Salem, New Hampshire Police Department.
Yep. Paul Parisi, Paulparisi, Chief Salem Fire.
What will make the property?
Danielle Cole, DANIELLECOLE, District Chief, the New Hampshire State Fire Marshal.
Investigators about the home that exploded in Salem. Investigators confirmed they have found one body in the basement of the house. They are not saying who that person is. They say once the scene is completely secure, fire officials will be doing an investigation. They do not believe that this explosion was an accident. There will be another press conference later this afternoon. Please stay with us for the latest